I'm Renee.
And I'm Anthony, and we are the voices, healers, and channelers behind Blue Soul Earth. We connect to higher levels of consciousness to bring forth divine energies, to heal and to teach ancient wisdom.
These energies that we access from higher dimensions largely consist of the ascended masters that humanity across cultures knows really well. They are many, but they speak collectively as one voice. And for simplicity's sake, we call them our spirit team.
How we channel as a couple is very unique. The energies we channel come down through Renee's crown chakra, through her solar plexus, into my solar plexus, and then back up through my crown chakra, and it forms a three-dimensional triangle that's used to heal and to teach.
These energies flow through us a bit like an infinity 8. The symbolism behind why and how this happens is actually pretty profound.
It's actually accessing divine feminine and divine masculine energies, weaving them together to form one energy to heal and to teach.
We will be channeling different topics in roughly 10 to 15 minute segments that will be part of our Blue Soul Wisdom series.
So if you're just starting out on your spiritual journey,
or if you'd like to access higher levels of consciousness,
or you'd like to take your healing practice to the next level,
then join us.
Thank you. Hi, I'm Anthony.
And I'm Renee. And today we're going to talk about something that has been lost, but now is being refound through people who are going inward to really reconnect with the wisdom from the indigenous elders across cultures, from the Maoris to the Hawaiians, the Polynesian, the Mayans, and beyond and beyond and beyond. It's not surprising that ayahuasca journeys have been taking off more recently, and more people are interested and learning about shamanism to a point where they're even getting certifications, which is increasingly becoming more popular in the West.
It seems that a lot of people, a lot of our friends are taking these ayahuasca journeys and working with the frog medicine as well, as a way to connect to higher realms of consciousness.
It just becomes so imbalanced that there's a thirst and a hunger to go back to the old ways of the ancients.
Our ancestors knew how to do it.
Our ancestors did indeed, and I think that's why there is such a thirst and a hunger for people to go back to the old ways of the ancients who really knew the ancient wisdom that we have forgotten to tap into.
I believe that shamanism really is a part of everybody's past, but it's a past that they have forgotten about, and there's a yearning to connect again.
Their ways have been forgotten, and it has been ignited and being kept alive by a few, and we hope to extend that by just bringing your awareness to it today. So we're going to call forth our spirit guides from these higher dimensions, and we're going to chat about the ancient wisdom of the elders from old across cultures.
Let's connect to our shaman roots now.
Sounds good. So as Anthony is going into a relaxed and a deeply meditative state, he is connecting to our spirit guides, the ascended masters that we in humanity across cultures know well. They will speak collectively as one voice when they come through to chat about this idea of ancient wisdom from the elders across these cultures.
It is always an honor and privilege to be in your presence, Gaia. Thank you for receiving us.
Thanks for coming through to talk about one of our favorite topics, the ancient wisdom of the elders across cultures that we all know well.
You have no idea how well you do know them. For many of you have already been ancient healers in your past. Those who listen to this have been ancient light workers, ancient shamans, and ancient healers themselves. You were talking about connecting with your shaman roots. And we're going to tell you this. You all have shaman roots in you. It's all a part of who you are as a human species. Your abilities to heal yourself and your abilities to heal each other. It's all coming back again.
Why is it coming back to people now? Is it because largely that we've been so out of balance for so long? We've damaged the earth. There's been a realization of that and kind of a yearning to come back to those values of old.
Human species has been in the dark, if you will, for a very long time. They have been away from the light. It is nothing more now than a time or a period in which you're all waking up to who you truly are. And that is knowing that you are connected to one source energy and that you're connected all together. And in that way, you will start to be able to heal each other. The old or the ancients knew that. They all knew that they were able to heal each other. They knew how to take care of the earth, how to work with the roots, the stones, the different tinctures, the different types of mysticisms within their own cultures. And to this day, they still do. I believe, and I am many, I speak for all of us, that there is a renaissance occurring now with all of the human species all around the world, going back to their roots and truly understanding that they all come from somewhere, but yet at the same time, they're all connected. You are just showing that through the books that you're reading and through us as well.
And what's interesting is if you actually listen to the stories of the ancient elders and the wisdom keepers of Hawaiian culture, of New Zealand culture, of the Polynesian, that was apparently originally Lemuria over in Hawaii, as well as the Maoris and the Aborigines and beyond. A lot of their stories are similar and look to the Seven Sisters, the Pleiades, and other aspects of how humanity actually started.
They too are connected to these ancient star seed family members. The Pleiades and the Syrians, they realize their connection to them. They haven't lost it. Unfortunately, there are many among you who have, but it's all coming back again. The memories are coming back again. Everybody is starting to slow down now and realize who they truly are. That they're all healers. You're all healers together.
In just different ways that we can heal. So whether you are a poet or an artist or a producer or an engineer, it doesn't really matter. In all of those professions, you can actually heal others and the earth.
And now, in order to connect, many of you are going on what you refer to as medicine journeys. These are no different than the medicine journeys that your different cultures within all of your societies have done in the past. Whether it is from the North Pole or the South Pole or everything in between. Each culture, each indigenous peoples have had their own medicine journeys. You're just starting to rediscover them now. And connect.
It's because we've been so disconnected for so long. And not just disconnected from ourselves. The reason we've been disconnected from ourselves is because we've been disconnected from Gaia, from the earth herself, and we haven't realized that we are part of that energy. So I just want to read something here about sacred land. The truth is, all land is sacred. However, the indigenous really understood how to honor certain aspects of the land to better understand themselves and how they could use these aspects from the land, from rocks and streams and trees and bugs and birds and everything that you can possibly imagine to help us in our everyday lives. In prehistoric times, humans did not build all the sites they considered sacred. People viewed rivers and bogs as special places where the portal to the other worlds was thin, and where any items left in these places could easily make the transition to the afterlife. Similarly, caves were considered sacred during the Ice Age, when some were decorated with images that still fill us with awe today. This was actually read from Follow the Shaman's Call, An Ancient Path for Modern Lives by Mike Williams. It's a really great read if you're interested in shamanism or if you're just interested in the environment and the land itself.
Back then, during the times when your species lived in caves, they were able to use their imagination much more than what you do today. Through their imagination, they were able to create and go on journeys. Believe it or not, they also were able to create portals that you've lost your ability to do. Some of you now, as human beings, have that ability to create portals, but the majority of you have lost that ability. It's coming back to you little by little. Before you open a portal, it is like connecting with your spirit guides. You must work with somebody, work with a master and a teacher to help you bridge that gap, open that door. You should always work with a trained spiritual leader when doing that.
Make sure you understand what you're bringing in, because you only want to bring in things that can serve you, that are of the light, and that will help both you and those around you.
That is precise. We've said that many times, that you must see yourself as light first, divine light, and grow your roots down into Gaia when you're connecting. These are the shaman roots that you have. You've just forgotten them. Now you are starting to open up and you're beginning to understand who you are as true healers and shamans. Don't forget that. And with that, we will bid you goodbye. Thank you for receiving us, Gaia.
Thanks for coming through.
We are here to serve you and all of you.
Thank you.
Om Shanti Shanti. May peace be with you.
And peace be with you.
Only love is here. Remember that, won't you?
Yes.
Great shaman you are.
So our guides are taking leave now. So have you heard the shaman's call or something similar that is calling you back to your roots of old, regardless of where that may be? The shaman's call are these powerful forces of the unseen world, or whatever you want to call it. And it's just a really great way to connect back to our roots and also to honor the earth.
I think it's great that we're able to connect to our shaman roots. Mine happen to be in Italy. Where are yours?
And do you honor them? And do you connect to them in a way that makes you feel not just connected to your own roots, but the realization that we're connected to all, including the sacred land that we step on, and that exists everywhere in the world.
Thank you for joining us.
Thanks for being here, and we'll see you soon.
Bye-bye now.